Hello everyone. Welcome back to part 4 of GRE Verbal Vocabulary Building on ANC's channel. My name is Archana and today I'll be taking you all through the next set of words. If you haven't seen parts 1, 2 and 3 yet, make sure to go watch those before you watch part 4. The first word for today is bolster. Bolster is a verb which means to shore up or support. A synonym for this word is reinforce. An antonym is undermine. It is of Germanic origin, related to the Dutch bolster and the German polster. A sentence for this word is the fall in interest rates is starting to bolster confidence. The next word is cacophony. Cacophony means loud and chaotic noise. A synonym for this word is din, and an antonym is silence. It is derived from the French and Greek words which mean ill-sounding. A sentence for this word is, despite the cacophony, Rita slept on. The next word is deference. Deference means to respect, or it can also refer to polite submission. A synonym for this word is esteem, and an antonym is disrespect. It is derived from the French word which means refer. A sentence for this word is, he addressed him with the deference due to age. The next word is deflect. Deflect means divert or cause to ricotta. A synonym for this word is bend. It is derived from the Latin word which means to bend away from. A sentence for this word is, the bullet was deflected harmlessly into the ceiling. The next word is deftness. Deftness means skill. A synonym for this word is dexterity, and an antonym is unskilled. A sentence for this word is, Mrs. Watson demonstrated with a deftness at odds with her age. Moving on to the next word, delineate. Delineate is an adjective which means to describe very accurately. A synonym for this word is present. It is derived from the Latin word which means outlined. A sentence for this word is, the law should delineate and prohibit behavior which is socially aberrant. The next word is eccentric. Eccentric means quirky or unusual. A synonym for this word is peculiar, and an antonym is ordinary. It is derived from late Latin, that's taken from Greek, which means out of center. A sentence for this word is, he's seen as a local eccentric, maybe because of his mustache. Moving on to the next word, eclectic. Eclectic means composed of a variety of styles, themes, motifs, etc. A synonym for this word is broad, and an antonym is narrow. It is derived from the Greek word which means pick out or choose. A sentence for this word is, they had an eclectic home, just like you see in the picture. The next word is efficacy. Efficacy is effectiveness. A synonym for this word is productiveness. An antonym is inefficacy. It is derived from a Latin word efficacia. A sentence for this word is, there is little information on the efficacy of this treatment. Moving on to the next word, zeal. Zeal means passion or fervor. A synonym for this word is devotion, and an antonym is apathy. A sentence for this word is, His zeal and energy met everywhere with conspicuous success. Moving on to the next word. Whimsical. Whimsical means fanciful. A synonym for this word is playful, and an antonym is common. A sentence for this word is, don't trust her with valuable or confidential information because she's very whimsical. Moving on to the next word. Volatile. Volatile means easily changeable or extreme. A synonym for this word is unstable, and an antonym is stable. It is derived from an old French word which means to fly. A sentence for this word is, the political situation was becoming more volatile. Moving on to the next word. Venerate. Venerate means to give a high degree of respect, maybe borderline worship. A synonym for this word is revere, and an antonym is despise. It is derived from a Latin word which means adored or revered. A sentence for this word is, Philip of Beverley was venerated as a saint. Underscore is the next word. Underscore means to line underneath for emphasis. A synonym for this word is prioritize, and an antonym is understate. A sentence for this word is, the company underscored the progress made with fuel cells. Tortuous. Tortuous means winding or twisty. A synonym for this word is complicated, and an antonym is simple. The route home was tortuous. Sparse. Sparse is an adjective which means scattered or scarce. A synonym for this word is infrequent, and an antonym is abundant. It is from the Latin word which means scatter. A sentence for this word is, these areas are sparsely populated. Synthesize is the next word. Synthesize means to combine disparate parts into a coherent whole. A synonym for this word is to make, and an antonym is desynthesize. A sentence for this word is, this drug was first synthesized in 1929. The next word is satiate. Satiate means to completely satisfy. A synonym for this word is fill, and the antonym is starve. It is derived from a Latin word which means enough. A sentence for this word is, he folded up his newspaper, his curiosity satiated. The next word is reproach. Reproach means to scold. A synonym for this word is reprimand, and an antonym is praise. A sentence for this word is, her friends reproached her for not thinking enough about her family. Reconcile. Reconcile means to bring into harmony. A synonym for this word is repair, and an antonym is break. A sentence for this word is, the two friends reconciled after their big fight. Succulent. Succulent means full of juice. A synonym for this word is moist, and an antonym is dry. It is derived from the Latin word which means juice. A sentence for this word is, they ate a succulent steak for dinner. Perseverance. Perseverance means persistence in the face of obstacles. A synonym for this word is tenacity, and an antonym is quit. It is derived from the Latin word which means abiding by strictly. A sentence for this word is, his perseverance with the technique illustrates his single-mindedness. The next word is plastic. Plastic is an adjective which means easily shaped or molded. A synonym for this word is malleable and an antonym is rigid. It is derived from the French, Latin, or Greek words which all mean to mold. A sentence for this word is, at very high temperatures, rocks may become plastic. The next word is occlude. Occlude means to block or obstruct. A synonym for this word is clog, and an antonym is clear up. It is derived from a Latin word which means shut up. A sentence for this word is, thick makeup can occlude the pores. The next word is placate. Placate means to calm, especially an angry or upset person. A sentence for this word is, once the referee called a foul, his teammates had to placate John so that he didn't storm towards the referee. Moving on to the next word, lucid. Lucid means clear and coherent. A synonym for lucid is cogent, and an antonym is unclear. It is derived from the Latin or French words which mean shine or light. A sentence for this word is, he has a few lucid moments every now and then. Moving on to the next word, modest. Modest is an adjective which means not boastful. A synonym for this word is humble. An antonym is overly showy. It is derived from the French or Latin words which mean keeping due measure. A sentence for this word is, they live in a modest home. The next word is ostentatious. Ostentatious means overly showy in a way that is gaudy or vulgar. A synonym for this word is extravagant, and an antonym is modest. A sentence for this word is, the car's interiors were too ostentatious. The next word is undermine. Undermine means to weaken or compromise. A synonym for this word is impede, and an antonym is enhance. A sentence for this word is, his action could undermine years of hard work. The next word is ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means ever present. A synonym for this word is universal, and an antonym is rare. It is derived from a Latin word which means everywhere. A sentence for this word is, his ubiquitous influence was felt by all the family. The next word is hackneyed. Hackneyed means cliché. A synonym for hackneyed is banal. An antonym is original. A sentence for this word is, the joke was so hackneyed that no one laughed. Just like in the picture, that meme is so overused, it can be considered hackneyed. The next word is fluctuate. Fluctuate means to shift without apparent pattern. A synonym for this word is vary, and an antonym is to be steady. It is derived from a Latin word which means flow, current, or wave. A sentence for this word is, trade with other countries tends to fluctuate from year to year. The next word is facilitate. Facilitate means to make something easier or simpler. A synonym for this word is promote, and antonym is impede. A sentence for this word is, schools were located in the same campus to facilitate the sharing of resources. Moving on to the next word, ephemeral. Ephemeral means short-lived or transient. A synonym for this word is fleeting and an antonym is permanent. A sentence for this word is fashions are ephemeral. New ones regularly drive out the old. The next word is eloquence. Eloquence means persuasive and articulate speech. A synonym for this word is oratory and an antonym is inarticulacy. It is derived from Old French and Latin words which basically mean to speak out. A sentence for this word is a preacher of great power and eloquence spoke yesterday. The next word is elicit. Elicit means to provoke a response. A synonym for this word is prompt and an antonym is suppress. It is derived from Latin and it means drawn out by trickery or magic. A sentence for this word is, I tried to elicit a smile from Joanna with my jokes. Exacerbate. Exacerbate is a verb which means to make worse. A synonym for this word is aggravate and an antonym is reduce. It is derived from a Latin word which means made harsh. A sentence for this word is, the exorbitant cost of land in urban areas only exacerbated the problem. A funny way to remember exacerbate is, if you eat a really heavy breakfast with bacon and eggs and meat, then that would definitely exacerbate your cholesterol problems. Moving on to the next word. Mawkish. Mawkish is an adjective and it means overly sentimental to the point that it is disgusting. A synonym for this word is sickening and an antonym is cool. It is derived from an obsolete word mock, which means maggot. A sentence for this word is, the film was incredibly mawkish. A funny way to remember this word is, when a person proposes to his or her lover and gets down on his knees and performs a song on his guitar that's really, really cheesy, that it becomes mawkish for everyone watching, even the lover sometimes. Moving on to the next word. Glut. Glut is a noun which means excessive supply. A synonym for this word is surplus and an antonym is scarcity. It is derived from an old French word which means to swallow. A sentence for this word is, there is a glut of cars in the market. An example you can use to remember this is when you have festivals, right? Like Christmas or Thanksgiving or even Diwali, right? You eat a lot of food. And that could be referred to as a glut of a meal, you know? Moving on to the next word. Eschew. Eschew is a verb which means to avoid and stay away from. A synonym for this word is to stay clear of, and an antonym is to indulge in. It is related to a German word which means shun. A sentence for this word is, he appealed to the crowd to eschew violence. The way I remember eschew is through the word cashew. So I remember cashews and I remember that I do not like them. So therefore I stay away from them. I eschew cashews. Moving on to the next word. Bucolic. Bucolic is an adjective which means relating to the pleasant aspects of the countryside. A synonym for this word is rustic and an antonym is cosmopolitan or urban. It is derived from a Greek word which means herdsman and ox. A sentence for this word is, the noble families of England once owned vast expanses of bucolic land. A nice way to remember this word, for those of you who are familiar with the default Windows screensaver, it is a bucolic landscapes picture, similar to the one that is in this picture. Moving on to the next word. Frivolous. Frivolous is an adjective which means not serious in content or attitude or behavior. A synonym for this word is jokey and an antonym is serious. It is derived from a Latin word which means silly or trifling. A sentence for this word is, in his youth, Casimir was considered frivolous. Moving on to the next word. Incisive. Incisive is an adjective which means sharp-witted. A synonym for this word is acute and an antonym is vague. It is derived from a medieval Latin word which means cut into. A sentence for this word is, he was an incisive critic. The way I remember this word is, the minute I hear incisive, I think of a knife. So imagine a critic that critiques food. I imagine her tongue to be as sharp as a knife, and therefore I remember sharp-witted, and therefore I remember incisive. Moving on to the next word. Dal. Dal means the trait of being rude. A synonym for this word is sass, and an antonym is respectful. A sentence for this word is, the bank had the gall to demand a fee. Now, gall can be accurately represented by this emoji that you can see in the picture, and I'm sure we've often used it in our text conversations. It's when we're being sassy. Moving on to the next word. Prescience. Prescience means the power to foresee the future. A synonym for this word is divination. It is derived from a Latin word. A sentence for this word is, with the uncanny prescience of children, they had divined that he was a fake. Palm readings are also a kind of fortune telling. So what I remember was that prescience is literally the words pre-science. So I believe that divination was used prior to science. So pre-science and therefore divination. Moving on to the next word. Superfluous. Superfluous is an adjective which means serving no useful purpose. It also could mean in excess. A synonym for this word is unneeded and an antonym is essential. It is derived from a Latin word which means overflow. A sentence for this word is, the third paragraph in the essay is superfluous and can be deleted. The way I remember superfluous is all of those mukbang videos on YouTube have a superfluous supply of food in them. Moving on to the next word. Perfidy. Perfidy is a noun which refers to an act of deliberate betrayal. A synonym for this word is breach of trust, and an antonym is loyalty. It is derived from a Latin word which means treacherous. A sentence for this word is, it was an example of his perfidy. The way I remember perfidy is, I imagine a piece of paper which has the word trust on it, just how you see in this picture, and I imagine the paper being torn, and I relate that to perfidy. Moving on to the next word. Inexorable. Inexorable means impossible to stop or prevent. A synonym for this word is unavoidable and an antonym is avoidable. A sentence for this word is, The rise of the computer was an inexorable shift in technology and culture. Moving on to the next word. Concede. Concede means acknowledge defeat. A synonym for this word is admit, and an antonym is deny. A sentence for this word is, I concede, you win. The way I remember concede is through cartoons, to be honest. I'm sure a lot of us have watched the cartoon Tom and Jerry. In that, you can see that Tom often concedes and Jerry usually wins the fights. The next word is preclude. Preclude means to keep from happening or arising. A synonym for preclude is make impossible, and an antonym is make possible. It is derived from Latin words which mean before shut. A sentence for this word is the secret nature of his work precluded official recognition. So the way I remember this is that you can separate preclude into two parts, pre and clude. So pre means before, and in my head, clued sounds a lot like clue. So I think it is before clues. So for some reason, I link that to before finding out the actual reason, and therefore, if you cannot find out the actual reason, you cannot stop it from happening. Moving on to the next word, deferential. Deferential means respectful. A synonym for this word is humble, and an antonym is arrogant. A sentence for this word is, when you meet higher authorities, stand up straight and be deferential. The way I remember this word is through calculus. That sounds really confusing, right? But it's not. Differentiation is a type of calculus, right? And you say that you take the differential of something. So I respect differentiation because of how hard it can get sometimes. So I am deferential of differentials. The next word is cryptic. Cryptic means mysterious or vague, usually intentionally. A synonym for this word is obscure, and an antonym is clear. It is derived from a Greek word which means to be hidden. A sentence for this word is, he found his boss's utterances too cryptic, meaning he couldn't really understand them. I often find crossword puzzles as cryptic. The next word is platitude. Platitude means a trite or obvious remark. A synonym for this word is cliché. It is derived from a French word plat, which means flat. A sentence for this word is, she began uttering liberal platitudes. The way I remember platitude is platitude sounds a lot like attitude, and the pl in front in my eyes talks about how it is plain. So plain attitude, in that way, I feel like it's a very cliched, sort of boring, normal attitude that a person could have. Volubility. Volubility means the quality of talking or writing easily and continuously. A synonym for this word is openness, and an antonym is taciturnity. A sentence for this word is, the professor's volubility knew no bounds. For example, I exhibit volubility when I'm talking about my favorite books. The next word is recondite. Recondite means difficult to penetrate. A synonym for this word is obscure, and an antonym is simple. It is derived from a Latin word which means hidden or put away. A sentence for this word is, the book is full of recondite information. The last word for the day is lambast. Lambast means criticize severely or angrily. A synonym for this word is chastise, and the antonym for this word is praise. A sentence for this word is, the manager lambasted the sales team that lost the big account. You could also say that your parents lambasted you when you scored less marks. Thank you for watching part 6 of GRE Verbal vocabulary building on ANC's channel. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe for future videos. Thank you.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.